that unattainable beauty that has sculpted so much of Greek and Roman mythology. But yeah, computer science is having its own personal psychoanalysis moment, and it is endlessly infuriating me. Because think about this for a second. The two fields between the rise of generative AI and the rise of psychoanalytics, they both serve a very similar purpose, and it's an unfortunate purpose because it is a deeply destructive one. That you have this new addition to a field that, on paper, could lead to not just solving several long-standing issues, but solving literally every issue in other arbitrary fields. In the case of psychoanalysis, the logic was that if you use the tools of the subconscious and psychoanalysis, you could solve basically any malady, as well as opening up to a whole bunch of other justifications for schools of thought and lines of logic that seemed irrational. Now, the unfortunate truth is that they were irrational. Whoa, wait, people. Really nice. This is one of those episodes, because I know I'm already way over time. I don't care. I'm just going to keep going. I still haven't heard back. I got a buzz back from my manager. But I know I've got time, and I know I'm going to go get lunch at some point. So I may as well do this first. But yeah, psychoanalysis it often was very unscientific in its methods and would often, instead of using scientific methods, would often use intimidation to reach its goals instead. Not just raw intimidation of either listen to me or I'm going to hurt you, but more in the terms of I am the smartest person in the room, you are required to listen to me. More of methods of manipulation, of I know more about this field than you do, therefore I have the final say. And the interpretations often ended up being very unscientific because there was no arguing with them. Because if you argued with that person, then clearly you just didn't understand what you were talking about. You just don't know anything about psychoanalytics. And that's true, I don't. That's kind of the problem, because there is a small in-group of people that made this country club of logic so that they could say and do whatever they want. Now, doesn't that sound familiar? Most of the things that I just said can also be applied to generative AI. And the small little country club of tech companies that have taken it upon themselves to act as if their school of thought is the be-all, end-all. Utilizing technology and intentionally not explaining how the technology works, because doing so allows them to exert power over others. Again, see psychoanalytics. And there's other fields where this mode of logic comes up, and it is always destructive. Another example that comes to mind is string theory. I remember reading an entire article about string theory, but not even the field itself. More that the fact that when excuse me, I've been talking at length, so my throat is slowly starting to give. You end up with a line of logic that only a small amount of people can grasp because they're the only ones that have had it explained to them. And supposedly, if you follow this line of logic, it explains a great many things, but no one has told you what those things are. So you end up perfectly in the dark of, okay, so there's this thing that could potentially save lives or potentially lead to some greater cosmic understanding, but all you're saying is that it's string theory. I remember reading a whole article about this and how there was a controversial response given by one of the leading scientists that basically said, like, it made me think of those both of those prior fields, because the mode of logic was, well, basically whatever, ours is the best one. There was this mode of logic of, like, before this point we simply didn't look hard enough to find the best method, but now we found it. Not only was it very, like, close-minded, it was also very demeaning to all other schools of science, of, like, all other schools of physics, that basically you think you're better than us. And you're going to ignore most of the things that we say in favor of, oh, we know string theory. Oh my god, that's gorgeous. What do you mean? Oh, I love the little dots. That's really nice. The little dots looking like cars on a highway. That is actually the prettiest thing I've ever seen in this game. It's damn close. I don't know. Nocturnal Grove might still have my heart, but this is really gorgeous. Like, the different elements. The stuff passing by in the foreground. That is utterly beautiful. Ooh, Forgotten Station. That's a really cool badge, too. Wait. Last train home. Wait, come on, I made that joke. I have a feeling that the vast majority of the badges in this game make jokes that I probably made as well. Not to blame the badge people. I'm blaming myself because they're low hanging fruits, and I should have been more clever with some of these names. But Last Train Home is a. Oh God, I don't remember who did that song. My mind says Pat Benatar, and I don't know if that's correct. It was used as the it was used in the ending of episodes of the second half of Part 3 of JoJo. And it worked really well. It was very, very, like, not gloomy, but very, like, contemplative, which is great when about half of the episodes in the second part of the second half of the third part of JoJo ended with someone dying. So maybe it's a good thing that it was, like, very mellow and contemplative. But yeah, there's this overwhelming lack of, not restraint per se, but ooh, this looks nice. There's an overwhelming lack of self-awareness that is deeply infuriating with generative AI and people who, like, champion that. And those other two fields in twain. Like, the exact same issues come up in psychoanalytics, the exact same issues come up in string theory. The reason why a lot of those fields are so reviled isn't because of the technological advancements themselves. It's because the people who champion them are dickheads. And it's no wonder that people don't like them. Okay, that's amazing. Wait. I wonder if they react to Hanawa. Doesn't look like it. Oh, it's from the front. Okay. Yeah, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bisect this episode and just have it run for roughly an hour. Because I take long pauses sometimes, which is I've been trying to work on my vocal cadence for a very long time, and I'm slowly making progress. But you know, sometimes I just take long pauses, and those long pauses are actually a really good place to bisect the video here. Can't even call it a VOD. I'm just I'm just playing. Whoa, more guys. I've often thought about what I would like, whether I would want to do edited down versions of these videos, because they do run for a while, and 30 minutes is a long time. I fully acknowledge that. But it just doesn't really fit my vibe. I don't know. I like being able to talk at length. I like this, like, almost like lounge kind of vibe of, you know, I sit down, I talk, I explore a lot of really cool areas. Every once in a while I say to myself, this is the prettiest damn thing I've ever seen in my life. Because it's Yumatuki. Oh my god, I got a gemstone. Is that consistent? No. Okay. I wonder if they added new stuff to the snack gallery. I think it's been a while since someone's done that. I think the last person to do that might have been a Dirigap. But yeah, I'm not sure. I've always been kind of averse to editing videos, A, because I'm just not super keen on video editing. It's never really been my favorite thing. I've wanted to get better at, like, heavily editing stuff for, like, YouTube poops, because, you know, I'm a child of the 2000s. Is it any wonder that I like YouTube poops? Pit to hell. Hell, you say? No kidding. But yeah, it's partially because it doesn't really fit my vibe, and it's partially because I just don't really like editing videos. Like, I guess I could get a video editor, but like, I feel like at that point it's not really worth the trouble because I don't make money on this channel. It's like, I'm not gonna ask someone to edit my videos for free. And that's not an excuse for someone to go and ask if they can edit videos for free. Like, I guess you could. I'm not gonna stop you, obviously, but like, that if you're editing stuff for free, that's going on your own channel, not mine. Because you deserve the credit. But like, if I wanted to like have an editor, I would want to actually pay them. I would want to make sure that they do good work, because they deserve pay if they're doing good work. And I would only want to upload something if it was, like, if both me and the editor were proud of what we did. Because otherwise I could just, you know, keep it in a personal archive. Just open it up and laugh at it, and show it to friends. There's a certain amount of imposter syndrome that comes alongside of uploading stuff to the internet. Of like, damn, this might be the only piece of my channel that someone watches. Or they might go through and watch all 400 and whatever episodes. It's a similar kind of fear and anxiety that gripped a lot of, like, cartoonists, weirdly enough. There's that logic of, especially, like, coming off of the heels of soap operas and that whole mentality of, now hang on a second. How do we get people to start watching this content? Because if there is some long context-heavy plotline, then people aren't going to, like, get into it. Probably not, at least. Unless, like, every episode is an entry point. Because I think about Venture Brothers. Part of the reason why the Venture Brothers is so difficult to get into is because it flatly refuses to do stuff like this. I really like this magma effect. Or this, like, heat effect. That's very nice. Ooh, cool. So you had a whole fleet of cartoons that... And this was often the decision of executives and not quite the people making the cartoons, but the point still stands. There was that overwhelming logic of, well, if we want to make money on this, we want as many people to watch it as possible. And the way to do that is to prevent people from getting scared off, and also to have as much outflow and to have as much inflow and as little outflow as possible. And the way that you maximize that is by making every single episode an entry point. But that's not a mentality that I want. And I feel like content is best when you don't do that. And often the content ends up being a little bit more uneven. But I'm fine with that. Like, I'm already coming to terms with the fact that I will never be the best at audio mixing. That's just been a consistent problem across all the time I've spent making these videos, and I have tried to get better, and it just doesn't really work out sometimes. But all the same, I still want to make stuff. Because stuff is fun. Like, what more can I say in that regard? Stuff is really fun to make. Why are they saying moldier in the chat? I'm curious about that. Oh no, am I going backwards? Don't tell me I'm going backwards. Okay, good. I saw the pipe and I got scared. Oh my god, this looks so nice. Wait. It looks so good. Oh. Whoa. Really cool. Yeah, now we're in proper hell. I like that. I kind of hope I don't have to, like, switch to Penguin or something to prevent from overheating. Wouldn't be the first time that map has done something like that. I still think about Snowy Forest and how... It's like, if you didn't know, Snowy Forest has a weird set of mechanics revolving around... Eventually, it will get lighter outside, and then you'll wake up. You won't wake up from the dream, like, the overarching dream itself, but you will wake up in, what's it? You'll wake up in Dark Room, in, like, the audience area. And you'll have to go back into Snowy Forest and do it again. Unless there are actually some effects that will modify it. I believe the child effect will make the time go in reverse. The stretch effect will make the time speed up. And I believe there's one that makes it just stop. I think it might be crossing, but I'm not sure. I'm debating whether or not I want to walk to get lunch, because there's a shopping center right next to me that has, like, it's got, like, a Publix and an Einstein Bros and a Chick-fil-A, and it's, like, your classic supermarket lot fare. Yeah, the Nexus World question is a little. I've been like reading chat. The Nexus World question is not ideal. Whoa, where am I? Is there any music? It was like very very faint. Um, ooh, it's very very faint sounds. Oh, good God, this place is huge. Um, I guess no matter what, I have to keep roaming until I find a checkpoint. So I can go from there. Whoa, okay, this is something. I see blocks. That's here. To menu theme number 107. Okay, well, I'm here. Is this it? Nope. Pretty sure this is where I am right now. Ooh. I just felt a voice crack there. Right now. Right about now. The Funk Soul Brother, check it out now. What on earth are you? Huh. I see like a little Ursuki in there. Oh, interesting. So that is menu theme 107 right there. I was right. But it's just, I gotta do a little bit more work for it. Oh my god, there are chasers in here. I don't like the idea of a chaser in a map this deep. Where would he even send me? We're already about as deep as it goes. Okay, let's go diagonal with a little bit of emphasis on the right. Okay, diagonally out. There should be footprints somewhere. Footprints. Okay, cool. I just followed these, I think. Nostril. Nostril? Whoa! Oh, no way! Really cool. Just, everything is just gone. I really like how there's like stains on the hardwood from where the console was, where the rug was, where like the PC was. That's really neat. That attention to detail is sublime. Okay, eyeball and then hand. So I guess go straight down until I find the tangled mess. Yeah, here it is. This is the tangled mess. By the way, when this is over, I'm absolutely stopping because I can feel my voice giving just a little bit. Da, 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 da. It should be here. Like basically straight ahead. Did I miss it? I'm pretty sure I missed it. I mean, I may as well just keep going because eventually I'll hit the backside of whatever that big tangled mess is, and I can go get the menu theme. A fits in perfectly. I didn't even plan that. But yeah, I suppose these two episodes will be like. I'm already like over an hour. They'll probably be like two episodes bisected. We can go from there. Oh, okay. I assume there's just gonna be one route. There's multiple exits. Hmm. Where is the entry point? Oh. What? Okay, weird. There is no way in from here. The question is, how do I even get in then? Like, I'm over by the stalactites, I think. No, it's over. Stalactites are like over this way. Like stalactites, and then there's that specific mark I'm looking for. It's that mark right there. I need to look. Let me try and find a very specific pattern. This is a dark cheese hell moment where I need to like find markers to tell where I am and then go straight out from there. This should be fine. Somehow I'm gonna end up seeing everything in this world just because everything else is empty and it's so hard to see where I'm going. Oh, good morning, America. That was not what I was expecting. Okay, Chaser's somewhat nearby. Let's try and see Eyeball while we're over here, and then we can like path from Eyeball to that spot that we were looking at. Okay, so Eyeball. If I just go straight in that direction, there is a marker that I can use. Okay, let's like trace a path around. I don't believe it's this one, but let's give it a check. Almost directly. Okay, let's follow this. Is it here? No, it's not. Okay. Drum roll, please. There you are. Ugh. I hate that. Yeah, I hate that a lot. Very cool, though. Genuinely very effective horror, I gotta say. Okay, so I need to go to that massive footprints and then straight down, avoiding that chaser if I see it. It's like a little bit down and then to the side to find that mess of footprints. There we are. And then aligning. Oh, I can kind of use that fence. Yeah, let's use the fence instead so I don't run into the chaser. And then aligning with the right edge. I believe you just keep going up, right? Align with the right edge, and then... Okay, maybe a little bit over. Here. Is that a chaser on the map? What is that? No, it's a spot. Okay, interesting. Gotta make sure not to go in that spot then. World's worst time to be looking at my phone. Yeah, there it is. This is the trap spot. It's so mean, actually. This area is already so hard to navigate. This area is already really hard to navigate with a map, and without a map, it's going to be even harder. And you've also put things in your map that will teleport you out. Multiple things: the chasers and also that no escape spot. Mean, 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 mean. This is a very cool area, though. Oh, wait, where am I? A goes to. Oops. 1 goes to 1. 2. Oh, don't tell me I'm back where I started. Yeah, that must be this. I think if I go out a little bit, this is the empty air. Yeah. All right. One more time. There's a. Why is there a chaser in here? What? That's so evil. Villain behavior. Oh my god. I need to. I need to. I think it all boils down to I need to read more. So I need to say oh my god a little bit less. I'm not a religious person by any stretch of the imagination, but I say it way too much. I need more expletives that aren't just expletives. Jerry Coke. Oh! Okay, this is the chaser. Cool. At least the door is relatively close. And here we are. This is our payoff. Ooh. Whoa. Beautiful. It's like a simple, placid plain at the end of it all. I gotta take a picture of this. Ooh. Whoa, 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 whoa. Holy shit, this is gorgeous. Hang on, invisible. That is so beautiful. I wonder if that's a real piece. Or if this is just like a 3D art. A 3D art, excuse me. If this is just digital art, if there's like a real like oil painting that the creator made for this. That's really nice. And the detail here, oh my god. Look at the shading. The shading is so good. All of these worlds look so gorgeous. It almost makes it feel huge, the way that this is shaded. It's so incredibly detailed. This painting, is there any... There's no interaction with the painting, okay. Yeah, that was... I mean, that was worth it. maybe that goes without saying. That was really cool. Alright. I feel like that'll do it for me. Oh. Crossing my fingers for Gallery of Me, that's not what I had in mind. Is this the Shadow Lady one, or is this the Chainsaw one? Shadow Lady, okay. I remember hearing that those two will always happen one after the other. That you'll always get the Shadow Lady, and then you'll always get the Urasuki with the chainsaw. But yeah, that's all I got for now. That was quite an adventure. I'm gonna excuse me. I'm gonna split this in half and then maybe upload first half today, second half tomorrow, something like that. I'm gonna go get some lunch. It's like almost 11:30. But yeah, that's all I got for now. Thanks so much for watching, y'all.